everyone, here I am back in actually the studio for this In the Studio video, where something quite scary is about to take place. Now I've been doing some commission sculpts. I've got them right here in front of me, but you can't see them, and I'm afraid you can't see them because they're not ready to go yet. But I've been doing some commission sculpts for Scotia Grendel. Basically what I've been doing is making dwarf heads to go on the bodies of the Short Wars miniatures that Kev Adams sculpted. They've been through a few hands. They now come to Scotia Grendel and they want to do dwarf versions. So that's fine. I've had the metal master castings which have separate heads anyway, so I've just used the bodies to get the scaling of the heads right and sculpted putty heads on top of the bodies. But now we come to the Hornblower, and while the other pieces in the range have separate heads, the Hornblower's head is sculpted on, and this is a metal mastercast halfling Hornblower, and this is a Kev Adams green goblin Hornblower. They're the same head, so basically what Kev has done is once he's done the halfling, he's taken the head off, and then he has re-sculpted a goblin head on top of there. And now I have the job of putting a dwarf head on there. And rather than do it onto the master, I've been asked to do it onto the Kev Green. So I'm gonna have to take the head off a Kev Adams green goblin sculpt, which I'm a bit scared about. I've done all the other heads in the range first to try and get as much practice in as possible, but I'm a bit scared of decapitating this green. Normally I'm totally fine with my own greens, totally fine chopping them around. I've got a box of greens from when they come out of the moulds. To be honest, most of them are a bit broken when they come out of the moulds anyway, and I'm quite happy to chop them around and use bits to make new miniatures if I think they'll survive going back in the vulcanizer another time. But doing it with a sculpt as prestigious as one of Kev Adams' goblins is quite scary, quite nerve-wracking. So yeah, I'm going to do that on camera. I'm not looking forward to it. This is actually the not the only Kev Adam green that I've seen, because I've been up to Foundry and I've seen some of the Warmonger miniatures greens, and I also have actually a Reaper Bones miniature that Kev has replaced the head on for me at Bring Out Your Lead. Kev does a head sculpting for charity, so if you can get in the queue, there's usually quite a big build up, quite a big queue, but it says donation, I think it's about £10 for the charity of his choice, and he will put a head of your choice on, a miniature of your choice, and so I got the head of a demon replaced with one of his sculpts, but I've never. This isn't mine. This is a green that is owned by another company, and although they've told me that this is what they want, I don't want to do something that is completely irreparable. But as I say, this head has been off before because it had a halfling head originally, and the horn is not quite touching the face, so it should be quite straightforward to just slide a blade in. I'm not sure where there's going to be armature here, because if there's been a different head on here previously, has he sculpted this new head and just glued it in position, or has the old head been destroyed and there's a wire up the middle here? So I'm just very gently sliding a nice sharp scalpel blade in there where the neck joins the collar of the breastplate, making sure that I don't cut into the breastplate, and I'm just sort of levering it aside a bit just to try and see what's in here. I don't think... Right, there isn't an armature in here, this head is separate. So there we go. Whew! That was nerve-wracking, but there we go, the Kev goblin head is off. And I can see now where that halfling head has been on here, and then the wire has been trimmed and fresh putty has been applied. So I just tidy up that collar a little bit. Right, headless goblin sculpt, and make sure that that goblin head does not get lost. So I'm going to put this back in this bag. I will use that as a scale reference as well, but obviously they need to have the same scale heads as. So here's my little bag of heads that I've been doing. And I'm just going to check size wise. Let's probably not have one with a conquistador helmet or one of the crazy wizard heads that I've done. That's quite fun. Let's put on a dwarf head. So it's obviously going to need a bit more of a neck than I have been giving them, because the necks are on the bodies. So they haven't got necks, and I'm going to have to do that beard in situ. I think I could probably do the core of the head. So I'll probably sculpt the core of the head without the beard, because the beard is going to have to go around this horn, and then I'll put a fresh putty neck on here, push the head on, get it in place, wait for that to set, and then sculpt the beard on top. But the scale, I would hope it would be pretty good, because this is the same size body as the other bodies I've been working off, and the scale there looks pretty good. So on with the sculpting. I'll see you next week. Take care.